Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DeLuSioNaL's Arcade. So I'm going to give you a quick update video. I know it's been a while since I posted, so I said, you know what, I have a lot of stuff to do tonight. I'm actually in the middle of upgrading my computer, my workstation for editing, so hopefully it'll be a little faster. I'll show you that in a second. And I'm also going to show you some other bar top projects that I have that just came in the mail. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright guys, welcome back. So we're just going to walk you through real quick. I have a few projects I'm working on. You guys have seen all the videos that I've done, you know, on the Arkanoid, on the Multi-Williams. Outrun is still in progress. You guys probably want an update on that. You can see the bezels missing on this, and you probably saw the video that I posted where I washed the monitor. I'm actually going to have an in-depth thing on that where I wash the monitor completely. The same footage, but just more detailed where I talk about what to do. You know, and this is the monitor that just came out of that video, as you saw in the last one I posted. It still needs to be recapped. It looks pretty good as is, but I'm going to recap it anyway because I want it to look really awesome. This is going to be my really nice Outrun Cab. So what I did was, so far, if you guys want a quick update, is actually, let me go freehand here. I'm actually going to take this thing off the tripod. So I took the Outrun Cab, as you can see over here, it's in pieces. The reason it's in pieces and stuff is I'm cleaning it. This thing here, all this was filthy. It was filthy on the other one as well. This here, I just got to, you know, use some wire stuff on that just to get the rust off. And I did take the bezel. I thought this was the better one because it didn't have a crack on the bottom, but it turns out, you can see on the inside, they had these little metal pieces that were like on it, and you have this down here. So I ended up taking the other one, and it actually looks pretty decent when I put it on here. It does have a little bit of damage over here on the side, but I did, you can see the crack right there. It's like a hairline crack. If you just kind of screw it down the right way, it actually looks okay. So it looks pretty decent. The button is good too. I took the good button, the other one is broken. So I'm basically taking the best of, and this was turbo. I actually changed it. I took off the turbo button that was crooked on here. I still got to polish it up, and I really took all this and did magic eraser on it. I took off the turbo sticker, and it looks pretty good. You know, the back too, you guys already know I took all the wire brush to this. I have the nice silent fan in there. I mean, if you listen to it, it's pretty damn near silent, and it's really good, and I'm really happy with what happened with this and what I've been doing. I still have to, let's see what else I gotta do. I decided to go with blue T-molding. I have a sample here just that I had laying around, and I really like it. There's a guy, Rob, that hit me up on Facebook, you know, and I think I knew him from BYOAC as well. He actually put blue on his, and it looked really good, and I think Todd Tucky as well had one that had blue on it. I kind of like it. It complements it. I always like to be different. You know, my dad always says, don't be like the Joneses, we are the Joneses. So I always like to set trends. So I think that looks really cool, blue, you know, just to make it pop. So I did take the Outrun marquee. The other one had turbo on it. And people had told me, hey, just leave it turbo. I think Mike and Tim had suggested that. And to leave the turbo stickers because they were afraid that it was going to fade. But again, with the magic eraser, it came out pretty good. So yeah, I think it came out awesome. So, you know, it's still a work in progress. I have some work to do. I have to get the center cap for this. I have to rebuild this because it's a little, it works great and it stays up and down, but there is a spring in there that I have to replace, and I got to clean it out really good. This doesn't light up all the time, so I just got to tighten the connection. And you can see the pedals I'm working on as well. And Rob gave me a, let me see if I can find it here. What did I do with it? Here, let me go find that. I'll be right back because I really want to show you what I'm going to do with the, you know, the floor thing there. Alright guys, so I found it. So Rob contacted me. You know, I've been helping him here and there with his Outrun because he bought an Outrun. He lives in Vegas. And he actually got me this stuff. So this right here is the stuff that he used for his cabinet. But instead of having to clean this and deal with it, and it has screw holes and all that stuff because I took off the pedal, he got me a brand new one. And I think he wanted to know if it was long enough, and I did measure, it was fine. So, you know, you have to take all this off, and the side and all that, and the T-molding. And this basically goes here. It's going to make it look brand new. It's just enough. I mean, it's cut perfectly. So it's going to look awesome when I put that on there. Basically, it's going to look like that. I'm going to polish up the pedals. and rebuild this whole thing. Probably take this off, paint it, just to give it a nice little restore. I might fill in the holes. I might just leave it for now because it's not really noticeable. But I will take these coin doors off, and I'm going to swap it with the other ones, which are good. But this was key. Like, I had no idea where to get this, and he ordered it, and he ordered extra for me, which is great. So he said, hey, you know, I'll send it to your P.O. box. And by the way, guys, I do have a P.O. box now, so if you guys want to do something similar, it's P.O. Box 4081. I'll put it on the screen now. So it's P.O. Box 4081, Stamford, Connecticut 06907. I check it about once a week, I guess, on the way to work. It's pretty close by, but right now I'm not really getting much to it. I just have it, you know, if you guys want to send me something, feel free to send it there. I always appreciate stuff, you know, paying it forward. And I do have some control panels, if you guys are interested. Let me go and show you that now. Here, I'll quickly take this off. So the control panels that I just have extras here. I have Arkanoid. So, you know, I got this for nothing. I got it on a pick when I was doing the Rolling Thunder, and I picked it up because he was going to scrap them, and I felt bad. So I have that, and I also have this other one here. Not really sure what game this is. If you guys know, let me know. But, you know, they're there. I have, you know, parts here. I still have it. And then I have, like, coin doors, if you guys want to over-under coin door. You know, I mean, you guys obviously have to pay for shipping, but, you know, I'll give it to you guys if you guys need it. What else do I have here? So this Arkanoid, let's go into this. I'm actually going to convert this. It's a Kix cab originally. It has the gray sides. The grays are a little, they're not in perfect shape. You guys saw when I picked it up previously, and it has all the holes and stuff. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a restore, but I'm not going to make it a Kix. I'm going to make it a Zookeeper, because as you guys know, I love Zookeeper. So there's a guy on cloth. He actually made a reproduction control panel. This thing, it's wrapped in here. It is brand new. It's all, you know, brand new metal. I also have the wooden bracket that goes underneath it, and it fits in perfectly here. I already tried it and then put it back in the package. So it does fit perfectly. I have two Zookeeper joysticks that I'm going to put in there. I'm going to fix them up. I'm going to take the better of the two and then have the other one as a spare. But I do want to make this a Zookeeper because this glass right here, I mean, you know, I thought about keeping it a Kix, but this glass right here, you can see it doesn't fit if you look really close. This is totally the wrong glass. So I'm going to have Joe Sable. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with glass or if I'm going to go with plexi. Most likely plexi, because I'm not going to have the original boards in there. I'm probably going to have the J-Rock Zook board, which has, you know, electric yo-yo, it has Zookeeper, it has a whole bunch on there. And obviously I got to turn the monitor the other way. So I'm going to get the art package from Joe. I'm probably going to pick it up next month. I'm going to get the reverse printed marquee. I'm going to get the reverse printed, you know, the bezel for the monitor. I'm going to get the control panel, the front art, the side art, the complete package. He does really good work, and he does have one that he did, and it's an exact match. I mean, I saw it. It's great. So we're going to do an episode on that. He's going to print it out. I'm going to head over there, and we're going to see, you know, the whole printing out process, and then I'm going to head out down to Virginia, and then come back on the way up, and then we're going to laminate it, and I could take it home. So I think it'll be a really cool episode. If you guys haven't checked it out, I have previous episodes where I visited his shop. You can click on the link here up above. Again, this I may sell. I'm not sure what I want to do with it, because, like you guys know, I already have a Super Pac-Man. So this one is pretty much, I'm going to leave for a while. It's running the Dominic sticks that I have in a previous episode. I got to finish this up. I'm doing this slowly. I'm slowly chipping away at it. I really want to get it done because I want to get rid of this one that's here. I'm giving it to, I believe, Mike, Northeast Mike. He was on an episode. And check out Tim's, that Tim guy. He's actually has a channel on YouTube, and he came over to the house and we did an episode on Outrun. I still have that footage. I have to edit it. I'm just waiting for this workstation rig to be done. And of course, you guys see here, this is a new one that I added, which I still need to release the episode on the pickup. This is Rolling Thunder. It's by Atari. You probably saw a sneak peek of it at that Tim guy's episode when he came over. We kind of looked at it briefly. So I have the schematic for that because the motherboard and the PCB are not working. So I got to figure out what's going on. The monitor is also not working, but that's simple. I can fix that. So, you know, so this is it. I have finally brought it downstairs. I actually am delaying releasing the episode because usually I like to collect it, show the whole process of getting it, troubleshooting it, fixing it, all in one episode, so you won't have to click on part 1, part 2, part 3. But because it's taking so long, I think I'm gonna, you know, just release it early, where I kind of start troubleshooting it, and then I'll just say it to be continued or something, and then we'll work on it at a later date. That'll give me more flexibility for other projects, and I know you guys want to watch some episodes, so I want to give it to you guys. What else? Galaxian. There's another one that I picked up from a buddy of mine. It's actually upstairs in the living room. I stripped everything down so far, and I just have to put new T-molding on his. He doesn't want green. He actually wants the blue that matches this over here. So I'm working on that because I'm heading to Virginia. So we're going to have a really cool episode when I shoot it out there. He has drones and everything. That's what he does for a living. So we're going to have some really cool footage out there. What else do I have here? Another project I need to do is I got to switch JAMA harness on this. So I have all the parts. That's actually a really easy episode. I might do that soon. But I need to switch it. I still have the Dominic's restrictors on here and the other ones that I made over here. And the verdict is in. I actually like mine better. So I'm going to talk to Randy because I think all I need to do is just make them a little wider, because these are a little small, so it's tighter, and these are more like, I don't know, I guess the hole I have is a little bigger on that. So I'm going to talk to him about that, because these feel like I'm restricted. I can hit the sides, and over here it just feels more fluid and fun. Let's see, what else can I talk about here? So you can see the mess I'm doing. I've been upgrading, you know, working on stuff. I did switch this board over here. This used to be the Pyros, and I sold the board. And I think I had Tetris in there for a while, but then I actually found a 19-in-1 for cheap, and I just stuck that in there. And my son likes Super Mario Brothers, so he plays that on there. Even though I do have a Super Mario's board, a Versus board. What else? This over here, Mike, Northeast Mike, actually brought him over. He wanted me to do an episode on it, and I will. So in a previous episode I had Super Buster Brothers where I resurrected it because the battery here tends to go bad, and it just kills the code that's, you know, because this is a Kabuki processor. So what this does is actually doubles the ROM. You put the missing info that's in here, basically in that. You modify the processor, and you basically resurrect the board, and you can cut the battery off completely. You don't need it anymore. So I'm going to do that with this. I actually have two boards. He has this one and this one. I think he attempted to do it himself over here. But I looked at the pinout, and even though it is correct, you can't have this wire over here because you have to connect the pins on top. They cannot be connected to anything on the board. So I'll fix that. It's very minor. But he tried it. It wasn't working. So he said, hey, man, you're the expert on that. You've done it before. There was a user also on YouTube who contacted me. He said, hey, you know, these are the chips I need. So I helped him out, I gave them to him, and then basically he put it on his board and followed the instructions for the Super Buster Brothers, and he got it to work, so congratulations. I was actually going to do this for him, you know, and just show him how to do it on this actual Buster Brothers board, because this is a normal Buster Brothers board. But he did it himself, so I'm really proud of him. Feels really good when you get people to do stuff like that, and they learn. So Zookeeper's up because I'm about to play it. There's a competition on Build Your Own Arcades forums. It's byoac.com, and you can actually go to the forum there. So they're having a competition for high score on that. And I won the last one that we played, so I want to still be king on this one because I've improved, as you guys already know. So I think my current high score today was 794, 400. So I might submit that because I think the highest is around 100 or 200,000 right now. But it should be fun. I don't know if I want to live stream that or something, or maybe another final credit or last credit episode on that. It'd be a lot of fun. What else? That down there, I think that's a soccer game. I'm not really sure. It was a 4-player soccer game somebody gave me. With the monitor, I have the monitor there. And I have tons of monitors. It's kind of sad. It's really junky looking over here. But this is my PVM monitor. I think I picked this up for like 60 bucks on Craigslist. A long time ago, and it has been working great. I have Nintendo 64 connected to it. You can connect whatever you want. And this one too, it works. This is I think this is a smaller one. It's a 13-inch. And it works fine. It's more portable, so I can bring that, you know, if I need to put something on there. You know, little knickknacks here and there. I still have the bar top, which is right there. What else? Alright, this is the big news here. So I am upgrading my workstation. So right now I have an AMD. It's liquid cooled. It was like state of the art at the time 6 years ago. That's always how it is, right? But it works great. I still edit on it and stuff. It just renders a little slower than I want. Like sometimes I have to render overnight for an hour episode, you know, so it is a little slower. It has the bulldozer. What was it? The AMD 8150, I think it was. It's the FX chips. And, you know, I have 16 gigs of RAM in there. I have a solid state hard drive as a C drive. I think it's 500 gigs, and then tons of storage with spinning drives in there. So I was gonna buy a whole new case and make it all flashy and everything. And then I said, you know what? This case is really pretty badass. I mean, I love that it's orange. I mean, that's the Ryzen theme technically, right? And these fans, they're like 20 bucks a pop. And I have 20, 40, 60, 80. There's one on the back, 100. There's one on the bottom. There's two on the front here. So that comes out to a lot of money. I don't know if I want to change all that. And it works perfectly fine. It's a huge case. So the only thing I'm changing on that, since I'm not going to have it liquid cooled anymore, I actually want it to go air this time. This is the Be Quiet. It's a Dark Rock Pro 3. I think it's really cool. It's a humongous heatsink. If you look underneath, that's a tiny processor right there. And it has these heat pipes going up. Has a fan here, has a fan here. And it's near to completely silent. It's very quiet. You know, which is important to me because I spent the money on these Cougar fans here, which are really quiet. So that's it. And I have the M.2 drive. This one's 500 gigabytes that I have on there. It's about 6 times faster than a normal solid state hard drive, so that's why I picked it up. This is going to be a dedicated scratch drive for editing. If you guys are into editing or Photoshop, you'll know what I mean. So I picked up a solid state for that. I'm going to use the 500 that's in here already. And you know, I have all the storage in there, so I should be good to go for a while. I actually have another 500 gig solid state external drive coming because I have another one of those as well. So I'll have a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid state hard drives along with spinning drives for long-term storage. So this thing's going to be a killer thing. And I ended up getting the Ryzen 7. I didn't want a Threadripper because I didn't really want the higher TDP and the wattage and all that stuff. I really wanted to stick with this. And this is the Ryzen 7 1800X, so it's the strongest Ryzen 7 processor that's out right now. It's dirt cheap. It says 500, but I didn't pay that. I actually got it on sale for I want to say $279, which is a killer price. And then in addition to that, the motherboard was $30 off if you bought a processor with it. So, you know, with my tax money, I basically just invested into the channel and, you know, got this really good Strix motherboard, which is RGB. I just got RGB for the future, but I wanted 2 PCI slots because I repeat, I am not buying a video card. You know, I was going to buy a 1080, you know, the NVIDIA, but those things are so damn expensive. They're like up to $1,000 now because of the Bitcoin mining and all that. Screw that. I'm not doing that. I'm being smart about it. So I spent about, for this whole thing right here, I spent about $1,500 for the upgrade. And then I saved my $1,000. I'm going to probably get it next year when it's cheaper, or maybe the year after. But I do have, this thing is pretty much, it used to be a beast at the time, but I have a dual SLI car in there too. I believe it's a 550 Ti, which is pretty old. But it works great for editing, and I do game on it. I play Doom and stuff, and it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to leave it because really, the thing that I really want is I want speed for processing for like Adobe Premiere and Photoshop. That's really the stuff that I do. That, you know, for the channel. So it was really an investment, so I'm really excited to announce that I'm doing that. And that's about it. I mean, I guess, oh, you know what, let me talk about this. So, well, let me talk about this one first. This is a bar top. I'm actually doing it for my buddy Jason out in Virginia. He's the guy that bought the Galaxy, and you saw it in the last episode where it was just the fuse. So this is from Harriman Customs. You guys saw the Donkey Kong. I'll put it up on the screen now, but I built the Donkey Kong in a previous episode, and this one I'm actually going to do the same thing, but I'm going to time lapse it so it's a little faster. But this is a 2-player widescreen ultimate bar top. So it's going to have a 24-inch monitor in there, widescreen. It's going to have, for now, we're going to put a Raspberry Pi in it because he has a Star Wars game room that he just built, and he wants it in there, you know, on the desk, and he wants it to have a Star Wars kind of theme. So we felt the easiest way and the cheapest way would be just to put a Raspberry Pi in there, running, you know, RetroPie with like a nice Star Wars theme on there. Let's see, what else? So we're gonna build that. I still have to do the artwork on that. I haven't completed it yet. And I also have to buy the hardware, but that, you know, is gonna be done soon because I'm going there next month, so I gotta build that. What else? So the other bar top, and let me get my tripod here because this part's gonna be pretty exciting. This is the bar top I'm gonna be building. I'm finally gonna reveal the artwork in this episode. But basically that's the bar top I got from Rick in Canada. He's actually gracefully, I guess not really going out of business, but he's just kind of stopping. He decided he wanted to stop this venture and you know, just sell whatever inventory he had. But you know, we're gonna do an episode that's completely sponsored by him, by Focus Attack, for the parts. High Score Saves is gonna donate some stuff also. So basically it's a big bar top. It's gonna be 2 players. It's gonna be about this wide. So if you can picture that. And it's gonna be widescreen, but it's gonna be, actually no, let me think. It's gonna have a 21-inch vertical monitor that's 4x3 because I want it to be, I wanted to have MAME and I wanted to have shoot 'em ups only. So I'm still debating what I should do. I don't think I'm gonna put a Raspberry Pi in there, at least not the typical one. I'm talking to Joe at High Score Saves. We might put one of those vertical Pis in here, the JAMA ones, and then just have all the games loaded. I might do that. So I'm not really sure yet, or I might put a King of Air board in there. So who knows? We still got to figure that out. I got to call him and talk to him about that, about what the plans are. But again, Focus Attack donated the LS, I believe I have an LS40 joysticks. We're gonna have a guy doing custom artwork for me, and I'm gonna show you the custom artwork now. So let me put this away real quick. This is a good update video. We got plenty of stuff we gotta talk about. So I'm gonna move this down a little bit here because I'm gonna unroll the artwork for you guys to see. So he sent me the artwork, and this is coming from Canada, so it took a little while to get here. He's still sending me a revised control panel that'll work with the OBSF buttons. But let me put this down here. I'm actually gonna twist this so I can see it. Okay. All right, so we're down here. So check this out, guys. Now this was done by a guy named Ben Avery. He's a graphic artist, and I contacted him. I said, hey man, you do great work. He did some front end work where he did front ends and graphics for that. And I saw he had an ESP Rodden theme, or Esperade. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Esperade is gonna be the theme. That's one of my favorite games, that's shoot 'em ups. I played it in MAME. I've never played it on the original, but I would love to. So this is it, guys. So let me unroll this and reveal what's happening. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna put it up here. So I'll just reveal one side actually, because that side is exactly the same. Here's the marquee. So this is it. So it's gonna have, you can see that, that's the marquee. It's gonna be across the whole thing. This is all custom designed, you know, Ben and I collaborated. Basically, I was the director or the producer, and he kind of just did, he sent me samples, and I said, yeah, can you change this, can you change that? So this is a theme. This has never before been seen because Esperade doesn't have a, you know, it's really a conversion. It doesn't really have its dedicated artwork. So this is gonna look really cool. This is actually the marquee. And then the sides and the control panel. Let's do the control panel first. You can see this thing lines up, does it go this way? Yeah, it lines up, you know, we have the one that's revised. It's gonna be a little bigger. You can see this is a little bigger here. But this is it right here. He printed it for me. So we're gonna go with this. It's gonna have three buttons. Basically, Esperade actually has 3. It has fire, bomb, and then it has special. So it's really geared around that. And most games only have 3. They don't have more than 3. For shoot 'em ups, that's why I wanted that. It's gonna have the LS40 joystick here. And this is a side art. So it's also gonna have the front piece. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn it this way. Basically, the front piece right here, it's going to have the player 1 and player 2 buttons down here on this yellow part. Same thing over here, like for you know, admin buttons and stuff. So I wanted that. I wanted the characters on there. If you look really close on here, it actually has instructions that were translated from Japanese into English. I had to do some research on that, and there was a guy who had it, so I decided to use that. And then, of course, the side art, which is this. So it looks really good. I'm really happy with that, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have this put together. So that's going to be a summer project, most likely, because I'm going to get the Star Wars one from my buddy Jason first. But I thought that was really cool. I'm actually going to leave this out because I want this to be nice and flat. So I'm going to put this back in this little tube here. And I'm going to leave this out. I'm just going to lay it flat on one of the machines. So let me put that on the side. Alright. So let me just position this over here. Be good to go. Alright, so that's basically it. So, you know, a lot of updates. The arcade's looking like a real arcade now. I do plan to put my couch. We're going to buy a couch upstairs and bring the other one down here because I do want to build like a home theater nook over there. That's the section that I don't show. That's where I'm storing all those monitors you saw on the floor, and there's a lot of junk over there. I'm still working on the what is it, the Hako FR300 review. I'm going to show you a couple shots here where I'm playing around with lighting and stuff. But basically I want to make it look really pro. I'm going to have some slow motion in there and stuff. And then I'm just going to start capping monitors, getting footage from that, and then eventually I'll just release that review, so stay tuned for that. And of course, you know, recapping monitors with the FR300, using the solder pullet, which is the normal way of doing it. But that's it. That's all I have planned. So I'm really have to gear up because it's a month away. I'm actually headed to my buddy Jason's house out in Virginia. We're gonna have a great time. He has an awesome arcade. He has right now, I think he has Star Wars. We're gonna install. He's actually waiting for me to get there. We're gonna install on camera the Empire Strikes Back, you know, mod where you have both on there. He owns Return of the Jedi. It's mint. It looks amazing. He just got his Tempest working. Let's see, what else does he have? He has an Afterburner 2. He has Centipede, which he restored. I mean, the before and after pictures. We're gonna do the whole 9. We're gonna get a tour at his house, and he's one of my best friends I grew up with, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. So I guess that's about it. Again, if you want to send something to the PO box, I'll actually throw it up on here again. If you guys want to send stuff, tchotchkes, whatever, you know, and if you guys need anything that I just showed, you know, with coin doors or with control panels, just let me know. Just pay for shipping, and I'll send it to you guys. Because I'm looking to kind of clear up the space a little bit, and I don't need them. And that's about it. So don't forget to subscribe, pass it on to your friends. Click on the bell icon, of course, that you see right here. That'll notify you when I do post stuff. And I do want to do a live event. I'm kind of toying with it. ZapCon is next week, and I'm not going to Arizona this year. It's the first time that I'm not doing it. I think I went the last couple years, and I wanted to keep going, you know, consecutively, but I just had too much going on, so I'm actually skipping it this year. But my buddy, you'll see out there, Paul, he did all the other, he did the Macross, and he did the MAME, he did the Polybius cabinet. He's going to see if he can try to do some live video on his phone, and I'm trying to set up my live software and my drop down here that I have to drop for the, you know, for the internet. To see if we can collaborate and do something where I just kind of go, this will be like the studio here, and then I'm gonna shoot over there and say, hey, let's see what's going on, and then he'll be talking and doing stuff, and we'll have split screen. So I really have to do a lot. I have a lot on my plate this next month, so in the next couple weeks. So just bear with me if I don't post a video. It's because I'm super busy, but I am doing the hobby. I love it. I have family life, of course, like everybody else. And work, but I do really love the hobby, and I'm definitely going to stick with it, and I really love this channel, and I want this channel to really grow. I really do. So I guess that about does it in this episode. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.